Hey everyone, welcome to today's deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at journal prompts
Oh, cool.
and specifically this resource called 50 Journal Prompts for Adults from Lestallion.
Okay.
And I think it'll be really fun to kind of go through and look at these prompts.
Sounds good.
Because journaling can be really helpful for a lot of different things.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
can help us kind of slow down and connect with ourselves
hmm
and even clarify our goals or dreams that maybe we've kind of forgotten about.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that Lestallion really emphasizes
Yeah.
is that journaling can help you do all that, like, slow down,
Yeah.
connect with yourself, and gain that clarity
Yeah.
on all those thoughts and dreams and goals.
Totally. And what I really like about this specific resource
Yeah.
is it's really practical. These aren't just like vague feel-good statements.
Yeah.
They really make you think
Yeah.
and dig deep.
It's true. And the way Lestallion structures these prompts is really fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just randomly thrown together. There's actually like categories that guide you through self-exploration,
Wow.
which I think is a really cool way to approach it.
I like that. Okay, so let's jump into some of these self-discovery prompts.
Okay, let's do it.
One that really jumped out at me was, what qualities do I admire most in others, and how do those qualities show up in myself, if at all?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. I feel like we could have some serious aha moments with that.
Definitely. I think that's a really clever way to look at self-reflection.
Okay.
Because when you admire something in somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
it probably reflects something you value or desire in yourself.
That's true.
Like if you see someone and you're like, wow, they're so resilient,
Yeah.
you probably value resilience and maybe want to cultivate that more in your own life.
Yeah, I like that you say you're holding up a mirror to yourself,
Yeah, exactly.
but you're using other people as the reflection.
Exactly.
It could be a little unsettling,
It could be.
but also really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what about you? What's another prompt from this category that you liked?
Okay, so this one really stood out to me. If I could talk to my younger self, what advice or encouragement would I offer about navigating adulthood?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. I feel like it really makes you tap into all
Yeah.
the wisdom you've gained.
It makes me think about all the things I wish someone had told me,
Yes.
like back then,
Totally.
but also the things that like I did well
Uh-huh.
that maybe I didn't give myself enough credit for at the time.
Exactly. It's not just about giving advice to your past self.
Yeah.
That's about acknowledging how far you've come, the challenges that you've overcome, the lessons you've learned.
Mm-hmm.
It's honoring that whole journey
I love that.
and giving yourself compassion.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so we've been talking about prompts that are very introspective,
Yeah.
but there are some that also focus on our experiences
Yes.
out in the world. And one that stood out to me was, what experiences in my life have shaped me the most, and how have they influenced who I am today?
I like that one a lot because,
Yeah.
self-discovery isn't just about looking inward.
Right?
It's about how your experiences, good and bad,
Mhm.
have shaped you and connecting the dots between
Yes.
your past and your present.
Totally. And like sometimes our experiences can create patterns in our lives that we don't even realize. And then we can look back and be like, oh,
Exactly. And you start to see those recurring themes
yeah.
and understand why you might react to certain situations the way you do.
Yeah, totally. So I'm noticing that some of these prompts are really about
Yeah.
uncovering our strengths and also our weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one that asks, what are my greatest strengths? And how can I utilize them more effectively in my personal and professional life?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, because we tend to focus on our weaknesses.
We do.
But identifying our strengths is so empowering. Then you can approach challenges with confidence and pursue goals
right.
that align with your talent.
And our strengths and weaknesses aren't necessarily fixed.
Right, they can evolve.
They can evolve, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually another prompt about that.
Okay.
He says, what are some areas where I feel I need to grow, and what steps can I take to develop these areas?
That's a great one because
Yeah.
it shows that self-discovery is not just a one-time thing.
Right.
It's ongoing.
It's a journey.
We're always learning and evolving.
Totally. So we've talked about prompts that are introspective,
Yeah.
prompts that connect us to our experiences, prompts that help us identify our strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other themes that you're noticing in these self-discovery prompts?
Yeah, one theme that keeps popping up is values.
Oh, interesting.
There's one that says, what are my core values and how do they guide my decisions and actions? And I think that's super important to living authentically.
It's like having a compass.
Yeah, cool.
When you know your values.
Right.
You can make choices that feel good even when they're hard.
Exactly. It's about intention and purpose.
Yeah.
And there's another one that asks, What matters most to me in life, and how am I prioritizing these things in my daily life?
Oh, that's a good one because it makes you think about how you actually spend your time.
Yeah, and if your actions are matching
Yeah.
your priorities.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in like the day-to-day
It is.
and forget what actually matters.
Totally. And that's where journaling is so helpful
Okay.
because it gives you that space to reflect
Yeah.
and make conscious choices about what you want.
That align with what you said your values are.
Exactly.
I like, okay, these prompts are really good.
They're good, right?
They're making me think.
It's the power of journaling.
Okay.
It's not just writing things down.
Right.
It's starting a conversation with yourself,
That's a good way to put it.
exploring your inner world
Okay.
to find insights for growth.
Yeah. I'm inspired now to like dust off my journal.
Me too.
But before we go and do that, I want to know more about the benefits
Okay.
of journaling. Like, what can listeners expect
Yeah.
if they actually start doing this?
So one of the biggest benefits is definitely self-awareness.
Okay.
You know, by examining your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors,
Yeah.
you can start to see patterns
Mhm.
and understand like why you do what you do.
Right. And all those things that we don't even realize are influencing our choices.
Exactly. It's shining a light on your blind spots.
Okay.
And with that self-awareness comes personal growth.
Oh, cool.
You start to understand yourself better
Yeah.
and can make more conscious choices
I like that.
about your life, your relationships, and your goals.
It's empowering
It is.
to know we can shape our lives.
Totally.
Okay. So what about...
Another big one is processing emotions.
Oh, okay.
Journaling gives you that safe space to deal with tough feelings.
That's important.
It is.
So it's not just about the positive stuff.
Right. It's about facing the challenges
Yeah.
and working through them.
And I feel like by confronting the stuff that maybe holds us back,
Yeah,
that can help us grow.
exactly. It's about the full human experience,
Right.
the good and the bad.
I like that. Okay, so journaling can really be a catalyst
Yeah.
for transformation
Totally.
when we use prompts like this.
It's using the power of writing
Yeah.
to connect with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
understand your motivations,
Okay.
and make choices that match your values.
I like that these prompts are really giving me a lot to think about.
They're good.
I'm ready to dive into my journal, but
Yeah,
maybe we should take a break and come back for part 2.
sounds good.
So join us for part 2 as we continue
Yes.
to dive into Lestallion's 50 journal prompts for adults.
We'll be here.
All right, see you there.
So welcome back to our deep dive into 50 journal prompts for adults by Lestallion. In part 1, we talked about prompts
Yeah.
that make you look inward.
Right.
Examine your values and experiences,
Mhm.
strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, it was fascinating
It was
to see how those simple questions
Yeah.
could be so powerful
Totally.
and give us those aha moments.
Exactly, and that's just the start.
Okay,
There's more to discover.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Where do we go from here?
Okay, well, Lestallion talks about
Yeah.
passions and purpose.
Okay.
There's a prompt that asks, what activities make me feel truly alive and engaged, and how can I incorporate more of these into my life?
That's a good one.
Right, because it's so easy to forget about those things
Yeah.
when we get caught up in routines.
It's true.
And this prompt reminds us
Yeah.
to make time for stuff we enjoy.
To reconnect with those things that bring us joy
Yes.
and fulfillment.
It's about finding what makes you feel alive,
Mm.
like painting or hiking.
Or even just spending time with people.
Yes, exactly. And then finding ways to make it happen,
Yeah.
even just for a few minutes.
I love that because it's like
Yeah.
instead of going through the motions,
Right.
we're choosing to do stuff.
Ex-
That makes us feel good.
It's about aligning your actions
Right, okay.
with your passions.
Okay, I like that.
And making your life feel more real.
Authentic.
Yes.
Okay, so there's another prompt
Okay.
that asks, if fear wasn't a factor, what would I be doing differently with my life?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one.
Right.
It makes you face all those things that are holding you back.
I can already feel myself resisting
Me too.
thinking about that one.
It is, but it encourages you to
Yeah.
imagine a life without limits.
A life where we could do anything.
Yes. It's so powerful.
It is, and it's not about being reckless
Right.
or ignoring challenges.
It's about realizing that fear
Mm-hmm.
can be an illusion.
Okay.
Like something we make up in our minds.
That makes sense.
And it stops us from taking risks
Yeah.
and reaching our full potential.
There's another one
Yeah.
that I think goes along with that.
Okay.
What is one small step I can take today to move closer to my goals?
That's a great one because it's about action.
It
It's not just dreaming.
breaking things down
Yes.
into smaller steps.
It's about taking those small steps consistently.
And I think that can be less overwhelming
Absolutely.
than thinking about the big picture all the time.
It's about momentum
Okay.
and that feeling of accomplishment.
I like that.
So Lestallion also has prompts
Okay.
that make you think about the past.
Oh, interesting.
One asks, what are some of the biggest lessons I've learned from my past mistakes, and how can I apply these lessons to make better choices in the future?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's about learning from mistakes.
Instead of dwelling on them
Exactly.
or beating ourselves up.
It's about growth.
I like that.
It's like those mistakes,
Yeah.
they become valuable lessons
You do.
that can help us in the future.
So I'm also noticing that there are prompts
Yeah.
about self-compassion
Oh, that's important.
and acceptance. So for example, what are some of the things I judge myself harshly for? And how can I offer myself more kindness and understanding?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is, right?
Yeah, because we can be
Yeah.
so hard on ourselves.
It's true. And I think this prompt reminds us
Yeah,
to be kind to ourselves
it does.
and that it's okay to not be perfect.
Exactly. We're all works in progress.
There's another one that asks, what are some of the things I'm truly grateful for, and how can I cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude in my daily life?
Oh, gratitude is so important.
It's like training your brain
Yes.
to see the good.
It changes your perspective.
It really does.
And it's not just about the big stuff.
Okay.
It's the little things, too.
Right, like a good cup of coffee.
Yes, exactly.
Or a pretty sunset.
Those little moments.
It seems like these prompts show
Yeah.
how all these parts of self-discovery are connected.
They are.
Like, it's not just about values or passions.
Right.
It's also about self-compassion
Gratitude
and accepting the journey.
with all its ups and downs.
I'm connected.
I feel like we've talked about so much,
We have.
but there's still more to explore
There is so much more.
with these prompts.
We've only scratched the surface.
Okay, well, maybe we should take another pause and come back
Sounds good.
for part 3.
I'll be here.
Okay, so welcome back to our deep dive into Lestallion's 50 journal prompts for adults.
Yes.
We've been talking about all these prompts that make you really look inward,
Yeah.
Connect with experiences, think about your values and passions.
It's been a journey
It has been a journey.
through all these prompts.
And I love that this collection doesn't just stop there.
It doesn't.
It also helps us take action.
Yeah. It gives you those tools to actually move forward.
Yeah. What kind of prompts are we talking about here?
Well, one that I really like is, what is one habit I would like to change? And what are 3 specific steps I can take to start making that change?
Okay, so it's getting specific. It's about action.
Instead of just thinking about it.
Right, like instead of saying, I want to be healthier,
Yeah.
you pick one habit, like drinking more water.
We're getting more sleep.
Exactly. And then you make a plan.
So it's breaking it down.
Yes.
Instead of being overwhelmed by this big goal.
Right, you make it manageable.
But with smaller steps, you can actually
Yeah.
make it happen.
Exactly. Those little things make a big difference.
Yeah, and you're kind of like
Yeah.
setting yourself up for success in a way.
You're creating those reminders.
Right. And that structure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about other prompts?
Okay, so this one is about the future. What does my ideal day look like? And what are 3 things I can do today to create more of those ideal days?
Oh, I love that because it's like
Yeah.
sometimes those big dreams feel so far away,
They do.
but we can create those moments.
Yeah.
Those little ideal moments in our everyday lives.
It's about being intentional
Okay.
with your time and energy.
Yeah, instead of just letting the day happen to you.
Right. You're choosing
We're making choices.
to make it reflect what you want.
I like that a lot.
It's powerful.
Okay, so Lestallion also includes prompts
Yeah.
that encourage us to step outside of our comfort zone.
Yes. To try new things.
Okay, like what?
So there's one that asks, what is one thing I've always wanted to try but have been afraid to do? And what is one small step I can take to overcome that fear?
I think we all have that little voice,
Yeah.
you know, that tells us we're not good enough
Yeah.
or brave enough
To do those things.
to do those things. Yeah.
But fear is a part of growth.
Okay.
It's natural.
Yeah.
But this prompt helps you
Yeah.
face those fears and take action.
Even if it's a baby step.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe it's signing up for that class you've always wanted to take.
Or having a difficult conversation.
Those can be really scary.
They care.
And also empowering.
When you do it,
Yeah.
it can lead to amazing opportunities.
Yeah. And experiences you might have missed out on.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm really struck by how these prompts
Mm-hmm.
offer this pathway
Mm-hmm.
to self-discovery, but
Yeah.
also to growth
Yeah.
and transformation.
It shows that journaling is more than just writing things down. It's
Yeah.
about engaging with yourself
Mm-hmm.
And using what you learn,
to create a life that you love.
a life that feels right for you.
Yeah, it's about like writing your own story.
Exactly.
And I love how these 50 prompts give you that framework,
Yeah.
but it's really a personal journey.
It is.
So any final words of advice?
Yes, be patient.
Okay.
Self-discovery takes time.
It's not a race.
Some days you'll have amazing insights.
Yeah.
Other days you'll feel lost.
That's okay.
It's all part of the process.
Embrace the journey.
Yes.
And remember, there are tons of resources out there,
There are
like Lestallion's prompts.
to help guide you.
So grab a notebook
Find a quiet spot.
and start writing.
You got this.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was fun.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.